concept of food citizenship is interesting because it expands the notion of food consumer. So we are ingrained, society is ingrained with the idea that we are consumers. And so that leaves us with a position where at the end of the food chain, we can decide what we will buy. So we can either buy something because, based on price, because it's, that's an important factor, or based on health, or based on sustainability choices. Mm-hmm. But it remains related to only that last step. You go to the shop and that's it. Well, food citizenship is the idea that you think about all the steps of the food system. Where is food processed? How does food travel around the world? How is food produced? Where is it produced? By using which farming styles? How can we contribute to local food systems? These are a lot of interesting questions that are not, when you're a food consumer, you're mainly you don't address those questions. Yeah. But if you're a food citizen, then these become relevant questions, and I think that's really a mind shift that we need. That we need to consider ourselves as as an actor that can co-create the food system, and not only an actor that is at the end of the road where everything is being done by others, anonymously, basically, and then in the end we can can choose. So I really like this shift of thinking, and I would say that's also a step towards more food democracy.
Yeah, well, I like the idea, because that's also why I'm a bit into urban farming, because it is foundational to our civilization. Like food, you cannot get rid of food in a civilization. It's not to our existence. No. You have water, you have food.
It's and basic requirement.
Even electricity or shelter, you don't necessarily need.
Not in that sense. Yeah.
But but for me, shelter is also kind of foundational.
Yeah, want to be sheltered.
But we can live without shelter, but we cannot live without food or water.
No, true. It's the most basic, essential thing, and it's also much more than only a basic need. It can be a very enriching experience to be, producing food, eating food, cooking food.
Well, we see a lot of foodies popping up on Instagram, and
and that's for good reasons.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think it's because it's so foundational. Because the experience of eating is so important to us, evolutionary, but also just day to day, and it makes us happy. Definitely. Because it's evolutionary, ingrained in us that we need to eat. So.
Yeah. It's a social and an evolutionary system going together and strengthening each other. Yeah,
and that's beautiful, right?
Yeah,
that's why we love urban farming.
Yeah.